Okay, yeah, so that was a rev up to like 3K with a startup. I do the same thing right here, rev up 3K, 5K from behind.
Hey guys, so this is my 2002 Mustang GT. Today I'll be installing my SLP LM1s. It's a catback exhaust. I actually ended up going with the catted mid pipe. It's an X pipe from SLP also, but unfortunately it was out of stock from American Muscle, so it's probably going to be here in like 2 weeks. But I really just wanted to show you guys this is the very first performance upgrade that I do to the car. In future videos, I'll get more in depth with you on everything about the car, how much I got it for, and yeah. But today, I'd really just like to show you guys exactly how a catback install goes on a new Edge Mustang from '99 to '04. So you guys stay tuned, and I hope you guys enjoy this video. So first things first, we gotta get the car jacked up. I'm just gonna jack up the rear end. I set the parking brake because the only thing that we're gonna be working on is from the stock H pipe all the way back. So let's get it. So with the jack that I have, I'm actually gonna end up having to use a factory jack that came with the car. That way I can get it up high enough. Put the other jack that I have, jack it up, and then put the and then put the jack stands. So yeah, so I'm gonna get that out, and then we'll get this thing jacked up. I really hope that's the hardest part of this entire job. But I got the car jacked up. I'm gonna go ahead and spray penetrating oil all over the nuts and bolts from the exhaust back before the H pipe, and probably let that sit for a minute, get some water, and then I'll show you guys what the SLP loudmouth ones look like. It's gonna be sweet.
Okay guys, so this right here is the SLP Loudmouth 1 catback exhaust. I actually picked this up from American Muscle. I can't remember exactly the press. I think the mid pipe SLP X pipe was actually, I think that was like 430 something bucks, something like that, and I believe the catback alone was $519. I could be wrong, but I'll I'll check the receipt later at the end of this video for you guys. That way I'm not throwing out the wrong numbers. But yeah, so we're gonna piece this out, get everything out, probably just put it together right next to the car. That way we can put it in piece by piece once I break out the old exhaust. Oh wow. So it's even pretty neat. Came with like 4 SLP stickers. I like stickers, so that's always cool. Wow. Okay. So I don't know if you guys will actually be able to see this. Probably let me bring you over because this is actually something that's really neat. And if you're new to doing exhaust like I am, because this is my first time ever pulling the exhaust off of a car, it's something cool, something that you'll learn. So with the SLP, this is the LM1 or the loudmouth 1 resonator or muffler, whatever you want to call it. So if you actually look inside the pipe, there is nothing inside of that. I wish I had the X pipe. Actually, I have the Catted X pipe. It's on the way, but it was out of stock when I ordered it. So I can't wait to see what a difference these make. It's gonna be awesome. It's just gonna be sweet. But yeah, so that's what the inside looks like. It's hollow, really nothing inside of it. They look really nice. They have SLP stamped on the side. That's always cool. Probably no one's ever gonna see that, but it's just cool knowing it's there. What's up, dude?
Hey, man.
Bro, what are you doing? Okay, guys, so apologize. One of my old high school friends just walked up and said hi. But I got the car all jacked up. I sprayed penetrating oil on all the bolts, nuts and bolts. Finally have the Catback set up. It looks really good. It looks super sweet, actually. I have all the hardware, so it's going to come with 8 of these pipe clamps, and then this right here is going to be what mates up this piece to the stock H pipe. So, yeah, I mean, if I can give you guys a tip on anything, these are going to be, I put a 15 millimeters deep socket on it, and that worked fine. So 15 millimeter deep socket. I think I'm gonna have to get a new or a different piece for this. You are gonna have to cut the pipe that goes over the axle. So you can either cut the pipe or you can drop your rear axle. It's probably a lot easier to go ahead and just cut the pipe off, because I don't think anyone has time to be dropping the rear axle. So I guess with that being said, all we have to do now is start breaking the pipes, and yeah, I'll keep you guys updated. I'm not gonna lie either, it's a pretty tight squeeze. A lot of other videos I've seen of people doing exhaust, they typically drive up on a ramp for the front tires, and then they jack up the rear. I should have probably just got some boards or something for the front tires so I'd have a few more inches of wiggle space, because in the case that the car does drop, it's going to land on me, definitely, and it's going to hurt, and it's probably going to kill me. But yeah, also anytime that you use a saw, make sure you have safety glasses. I have some, so we should be good to go. But I'm going to start breaking these bolts because I'm super excited to put this exhaust in, and yeah. Let's do it. So, just another tip: the stock bolt that mounts up to the H pipe is actually a 14 millimeter. Everything else with the SLP Catback is a 15 millimeter. So just keep that in mind if you get SLP. Okay, guys. So I just got to thinking about this. There's really not a lot of room under my car as it sits, even with it jacked up in the back. So I think I'm gonna run to Advanced Auto Parts. I'd really rather just do this right and be safe have enough room to work under the car so I can get this knocked out. If I just keep putting myself in a bind, like, I might be able to get it done, but it's probably just gonna suck the whole time. So let me go ahead and just make this easy. I think it's like 60 bucks for some ramps. So I'm gonna go to Advanced Auto, grab a set, and then we'll jump back on the camera once I get that done. So we'll see. I'm back. And for a whopping 65 bucks, I got these sweet little ramps. So I'm actually gonna drop the car again. Should have done it from the start. I'm gonna drop the car one more time, stick these up inside the front wheels and tires, and then pull up on it, and then we'll jack the car back up. Well, guys, I'm not gonna lie, it's getting pretty freaking hot. I don't know what time I started this. I really hate to know at the moment because it's taking me longer than I anticipated it to, but I guess it's just like anything. I had to go get some water, but as soon as we get this baby back on the ground, I'll back it up, pull it up on the ramps, get jacked up in there. I'm gonna slice the pipe coming out over the axle, pull it out, start unbolting everything. We're getting this shit out. So let's get to it. Let's just do it. I know I'm gonna be happy once I see everything put together. So let's do it. Okay, I'm not gonna lie, that's probably one of the most sketchiest things I've ever done. So, because this floor, this is just like an old abandoned car wash. Because this floor is so slippery, every single time I try to pull up on the ramp, it would just slide right off. Like, the ramps would push forward, and the car would just come back down. So, I figured I'd put it on like the rougher cement laid around the car wash. It worked. But I put the e-brake on, and hopefully that works for now. It's a little sketchy, but yeah, hopefully we got a little more room for the exhaust once we jack it up in the back, and we can stay safe while we do this. So we'll see. Before I get started cutting anything, I have this. I don't have the battery in it right now. I was just like making sure the blade was good to go and everything. But this is what I'm going to use to cut the pipe that's running over the axle. So there's two ways that you can take out the exhaust. You can either drop the axle and then unbolt everything and just drop it that way, or you can just cut it. And cutting it from over the axle makes it a lot easier. I really don't have the time to drop my axle. In fact, that'd be a whole project in itself. But if you don't have one of these, you don't have to use one. It just makes it easier. You can use a regular hacksaw. Just as easy. I wouldn't say it's gonna be easy, but you can use a hacksaw too. So yeah, if you have one, good for you. If not, you can use a hacksaw too. Probably costs a lot less. And if you're worried about having to buy one of these, don't. You can probably get a hacksaw from Home Depot, Lowe's, wherever for like 10, 15 bucks. So, yeah, let's start cutting stuff. We're about to make our first cut. The very first cut is going to be right behind the stock muffler. As you can see right there, it actually even has a small hole in it. So that's pretty sweet to see, you know. You can see that little rubber piece right there. That's an exhaust hanger. We're going to be cutting dead center right on that piece of pipe coming off the muffler. So you can see that really rusty metal piece in the middle. That's the axle going over, coming out, and then it goes out to the exhaust tip. So that's a hanger right there as well. we'll be pulling the exhaust out from that once we cut that piece off. Then we'll be doing it to the same side, or this other side. So you guys just sit back, let me freaking die and breathe hard and sweat, and hope you guys enjoy it. Okay guys, so we've made a lot more progress. My my camera battery actually died, so I put it on the charger. This is what the factory pipe looked like. It's really nothing impressive. That's the muffler right there. I actually cut it off right here, as you can see. It worked out perfect. All I had to do was pull it out of the exhaust hangers right there. Pulled it out of the exhaust hangers. I had to use a little bit of that penetrating hole. It made it super easy. I probably could have used WD-42, but that worked just fine. I can't even tell you guys how pumped I am about this. So I practically have everything cinched down. I'm just, right now I'm just doing all the fitment on the exhaust tips. I'm having them stick out as far as possible. It's still not too much. I think it looks perfect. I think all the fitment with the SLP Loudmouth Catback was perfect. I didn't run into one single issue as far as fitment. None of the exhaust clamps broke on me. Actually the stock factory exhaust hangers worked perfect. But right now guys, I'm just gonna do the fitment, go back into the car, cinch it all the way down, put the car down, and then we'll start it up and we'll see how it sounds. Alright, so I think it fits perfect. Everything looks amazing. I'm just gonna go back, cinch up everything, and we should be good. Final start. Finally got it dropped. Wish me luck. So we'll start it up and then I'll check for exhaust leaks, but I'm really not sure what this is about to sound like, but I'm pretty excited. It's freaking perfect. It sounds so good. I don't even have the catted SLP X pipe for it yet, and it sounds beautiful. Dude, this freaking sucked. This install sucked. It was actually kind of easy, just really dirty, and this concrete floor sucked ass. I'll probably piss my neighbors off right now, but you guys stay tuned. I'm gonna put the GoPro on the car on the suction mount, and we'll get some pulls and some drive-bys, all that good stuff. So, thank you guys for watching. Let's go, dude. Let's go for a ride.